Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. These are hands down the 10 best weapons you can get for NAOE in Assassin's Creed Shadows. So let's just get straight into it. And these weapons are in order of power, so they will get more powerful as the video goes on. First up, we have the Ocean's Grip. Now this is a legendary kusarigama with a very nautical theme. As you can see, it's got a lovely blue colour scheme and a wave-like pattern on the grip and a spiked ball at the end that even resembles an octopus. I love this design. There is a very good reason for this design, as I will show you shortly, but the thing you need to know about this is that it's got a unique perk that you're really going to find useful. This perk adds a massive 60% extra damage when you hit enemies who are 3 or more meters away. So with the Ocean's Grip, it really pays to keep your opponents at range. Now, the move I love to use here is your charge move on the kusarigama, because you can charge up RT, then unleash it to strike enemies who are 3 meters away. I also love the whirlwind strike because not only does this have a long range, but also this hits multiple enemies. And there's actually a separate perk you can find in Shadows that increases your damage when hitting multiple enemies. So this, combined with the Ocean's Grip and the Whirlwind move, will hugely boost your damage numbers. As for where to find the Ocean's Grip, it's located in the northwest. This is on a ship called NAOE'S lair. So you basically row yourself to this boat, or you can swim there, get there however you want. Take out NAOE, who is just sitting on the boat. You can get behind him, assassinate him, and then you can get yourself the Ocean's Grip. Here's exactly where that is, but if you would prefer to skip straight to the next section, make sure to use the chapters below. The weapons are rising in power as the video goes on, and this next one is even better than the one we've just seen, if you can believe that. Before I tell you where to find it though, do me a favour and subscribe to the channel to get more Assassin's Creed Shadows guides like this one, and let's grow this channel. Thank you so much. Okay, this weapon is called Violet Knight, and it is the only purple katana in Assassin's Creed Shadows. This of course means that once you've unlocked it, you can customize any katana to be purple using the weapon customization feature, because like with any weapon you unlock in this game, now you've added its unique components to your weapon library. But the Violet Knight is so much more than just a cool color scheme, because this is one of the most toxic blades in the game. The perk here is that it triggers poison each and every time you deflect. In other words, tap LB at the right time and your opponents will be instantly poisoned. This will make them stop in their tracks, double over, and start throwing up. During this time, feel free to get some good old free hits in, and you can also always tell when an opponent is poisoned because they will have a purple cloud around their torso. Not very realistic, but quite handy to have. Also, a skull icon will appear below their health bar. So yeah, this is a really useful weapon to have. Always love a poison weapon in any game. But to get this, you do need to do a quest. This is called the yokai. You can start this quest by talking to the man here. You might have already done this, but this is the way to trigger this quest line. Talking to this man unlocks a new assassination board containing 6 targets. You only need to take down one of these targets to get the Violet Knight. You don't need to take out all of these targets. So this is the target to take on. This is Yuki Owner or Honor. This is a level 38 enemy, so make sure you are around this level to take on this enemy. You'll find her on her own in a cave in the northeast of the map. The cave in question is called Kawachi Kaza Anna Cave. I hope I've pronounced that properly, probably not, but here's where it is. And here's what that little mission entails. It's actually a really cool side quest, one of the best actually, because when you get to the cave, it's full of, not very nice scenes. So go to this cave, take on this yokai enemy, and you can get yourself the Violet Knight.
Delicious. Her heart was cold, but she was no use.
What's more powerful than both the Violet Knight and the Ocean's Grip? How about a weapon that one-shots people automatically whenever you deflect a blow? This is the Yami no Kage, a legendary katana that deals 100% damage back at the attacker when you deflect their attack. It feels amazing to be a counter-striker who walks enemies down, lying in wait for them to strike before deftly deflecting and hitting them back in one seamless move. With the Yami no Kage, you don't need to spam moves, just one well-timed deflection is all it takes. To get your hands on this legendary katana, head to High Rai Yama Fort. This is located here on the map. You'll then have to take out the Samurai Dasho. Once you do that, crack open the big red chest and loot it to find this weapon, the Yami no Kage. Here's where to find the chest containing this weapon. We are really hotting up now with the Call of Void legendary Tanto. The Call of Void's unique perk gives you a flat 30% damage boost for doing one simple thing, and this is a thing that literally every single Assassin's Creed Shadow player already does. Tagging enemies. Yes, all you have to do is tag an enemy and you will do an extra 30% damage to them. And this applies to literally every enemy you can tag. There is no limit on this, making this weapon so good. So engage Eagle Vision from a high vantage point, hold LT to tag enemies, and this is indicated by getting white arrows above their heads, and then when you do go to engage them, you have a huge damage boost. You don't need to do anything else. That's it. Amazing. Yeah, Call of Void is found by taking out a target called Godlike of Void. This is in the Godlike Shinobi Assassin board. The Godlike of Void, is hanging out on his own in a cave just north of the Daikachaiji temple. Watch out though, because he is at level 44, so he will one-shot you if you're under this level, but at the very least you don't have other enemies to fight as you take him on, which is always good. What's special about this next weapon is that it builds up affliction the more adrenaline you have. So you get 2% of affliction for every adrenaline chunk. This doesn't really sound like much on the surface, but don't forget that there are other perks that build your adrenaline. So it's possible to make a build around this weapon that results in all enemies around getting afflicted. Plus, on top of that, getting hit by constant specials courtesy of your regenerating adrenaline. This weapon that does this is called Iger's Flame, and it's a legendary katana that is possibly the easiest legendary weapon to get in the whole game. All you have to do to get the Iger's Flame is to go to Mount Nukai. This is located here. From the Eagle Point, turn around and then climb up the cliff behind you, and located just inside a small cave like halfway up the cliff is a chest containing Iger's Flame. So you don't have to fight anyone, you don't have to go through a big tomb, solve any puzzles. All you have to do, go to this Eagle Point, climb up the cliff, go in the cave and loot the chest. Couldn't be easier. If you are looking to make a bleed build, you cannot get better than the Bloodletter. This is a legendary Kusari garment that triggers bleed on entanglements. So just use the entanglement move and your enemies will be instantly afflicted with bleed. What bleed does, if you didn't know, is just gradually sap health. So it's basically like poison, but the enemy bleeds rather than pukes. You can tell when an enemy has been afflicted with bleed because there will be an icon above their head that looks like a drop of blood. I love bleed builds in all games, doesn't matter what game, could be Elden Ring, Diablo, Dying Light. I love bleed builds, and this one with the Bloodletter absolutely shreds. This is why it's ranked so highly on this list. It's just so damn powerful. Not as powerful as the next weapon that's coming up, as you will see, but before then, of course, you will want to know where to find the Bloodletter. So to get it, go to the Akashiwara Fort. This is located in Iger. Once here, it's just a matter of taking out the Samurai Daisho or Dasho, however you say it, and opening the chest. Okay, this is how the Shadow Piercer move looks on a normal Tanto, and here's how Shadow Piercer looks on the Warrior's Garden legendary Tanto. As you can see, it makes an already very powerful move almost completely OP. The perk this brings to the table is that it makes the Shadow Piercer remove an extra 2 health segments on hit, on top of the substantial damage it already does. So where this move usually sees NAOE throw the Tanto, then follow up with a second stabbing, sometimes you'll only need to do the first throw to take out the enemy. You won't even need to follow up. That's how powerful it makes this move. A great move that works on anyone, no matter their size. That's Shadow Piercer for you. Now, the downside is there are a few steps to getting the Warrior's Garden. It is quite a protracted process. First, you need to kick off a questline called the Betrayers. To do this, play as Yasuke, then talk to the man here. Once you've talked to him, he will unlock a new quest board containing 7 targets. You will have to take out 3 of them to unlock the target who's carrying the Warrior's Garden. So take out the 3 I've taken out, as you can see here, and then the target we want will appear. This target is called Nakahara. He is found in the Kamiyama Tenshu. This is a level 45 enemy, and to make things harder, he is surrounded by elite guards, so this really is a tough fight. But you know what, the Warrior's Garden is very much worth it, so I say give it a go and get your legendary Tanto. We are getting near the end of the video, and the Yukimitsu's Revenge is one of the top tier weapons. NAOE is in for a treat with this one. This is another legendary Tanto, but what gives you something special to work with here is a perk that makes all afflicted enemies vulnerable. So if you afflict an enemy with, say, poison, not only will they be poisoned, but they will also be vulnerable. So that's essentially 2 negative stated effects in one. This is massively OP and also hugely rare in this game. I cannot think of many other weapons that actually do this. Another great reason to get this weapon is that you can obtain it without fighting anyone. You simply have to visit the tomb of Nanjo, which is found here. This tomb is quite short, it takes about 5 minutes to complete, and consists of a bit of climbing and a bit of swimming. No fighting, no long drawn out exploration, just essentially a linear path through the tomb. And then at the end, you get this legendary Tanto. Although, one word of advice, turn your monitor brightness up to maximum inside the tomb, because it really is quite dark. This legendary katana fixes a huge problem with combat. It lets you keep an attack charged after you dodge. So if you're like me and you're holding down RT and waiting for the move to charge, only to have to dodge out the way of an attack and then lose that charge and have to start all over again, the Mask of Death retains that charge. So just let your finger off RT after dodging and you will reel off that charged attack. It is massively useful to have, and I love this weapon. You can get the Masked Death from the Godlike of Wind. This is an enemy located in Shimagahara Valley. He's all on his own in a nice little grassy cove, but to be honest, you don't even need to take him out. You can sneak in and loot the chest right from under his nose, and this contains the Masked Death, all without engaging him even once. But hey, if you want to, go ahead. Okay, last on this list, and in my opinion, NAOE'S most powerful weapon in Shadows, this is Shinobi's Fury. I am convinced Ubisoft is going to patch this very soon, because this is making fights way too easy, and I mean that in the best possible way. Because I like to win and I don't like losing. Even getting hit once is a huge embarrassment for me, and I hate to talk about it. But the perk that makes this weapon so good is the following. Weak point attacks make enemies vulnerable a second time. And what this does is make it so you can chain vulnerability attacks. So you can make an enemy vulnerable by deflecting their attack, perform a weak point attack on them, and this makes them vulnerable again, giving you another window to perform a weak point attack. This is insane. Combine this with the sheer speed of the Tanto as a weapon, and you have a blade that feels almost unfair to use, but again, in the best possible way, because I love winning and I hate getting hit. I can't stress that enough. But hey, use it we will, because we like every option we can get our hands on. But if you want to get your hands on the Shinobi's Fury, taking out the golden Teppo is the way to do it. So this is the target you're looking for on the board. The result of the Tea Ceremony quest line, which is an earlier quest, and the choice you make during it will decide where the golden Teppo location is. So I can't show you exactly where it is, but just select this quest on the quest line, and then it will point you right to the location at the end of the quest. So do that quest line and you will find the Shinobi's Fury. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Really hope you enjoyed it, and if there's any legendary weapons that I didn't cover in this video but you're having a particularly fun time with that you want me to mention in the next video, or you want to mention in the comments, do share that down below. If you want more Assassin's Creed Shadows guides, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Got loads of content coming up, and yeah, give this video a like if you enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Catch you later.